So let's do a retro action figure video review. This time it's going to be for the Mattel DC Multiverse Lobo Build-A-Figure Wave. Actually, we already have two videos out there in my DC Multiverse playlist of these two action figures. So the only remaining action figures that remains to be unboxed is going to be these two, and we're going to build DC Multiverse Lobo. So since these two action figures have already been reviewed, or there is already a video present in my playlist or DC Multiverse playlist of these two action figures, just a quick recap of the components of each action figure set. So for the Superman figure, it's going to be this component, very simple, just handsets and the Build-A-Figure piece of Lobo. And for the Batman Beyond, actually you're getting more. So aside from the Batarangs, you have a change of handset, a headset, and this wing tube. Okay, so let's take the figures out and do a quick 360 view of each. So as for heights of the action figure, I think it's easier shown this way. So there you go, just a little above the 6.5 inch mark. So let's turn the table so we could take a look at each of the action figures. So Superman and Batman Beyond. Okay, so we have the Rayner figure, Green Lantern Rayner figure out of packaging. So for components of the Lobo action figure, the leg piece, and for Rayner, this is the accessories that we have on board. Okay, so let's take the figure out and let's take a closer look at articulation points and details. Okay, so let's first take a look at the accessories. So the lantern. So this is the details on the lantern. Actually, it's really best that each action figure, especially a Green Lantern action figure, whichever character or whatever character, should always include a lantern piece. But McFarlane Toys is just lazy. So it's a hit and miss thing with regards to Green Lantern action figures, whether this piece is included. Okay, so generic piece for the fist that you put on the action figure. So for punching effect. Now let's take a look at the action figure. Okay, so head unit, not so bad. Articulation point for the head. So since that is on a dumbbell joint, so side by side, a little bit of looking up, looking down, actually not much. So details on the chest, lantern logo, articulation points. So bends, back bends, not much, and waist rotation. Okay, so arms could do a T-post very easily, rotation, and cut on the bicep for rotation of bicep. Single articulation point for the elbow, and that is not pinned. So bend, very clean bend, and we have a hinge and rotation for the handset. Okay, as we move towards the waistline, the legs, so forward kicks, and actually, oh, okay, so there's 2 points of articulation for the knee. We have the thigh articulation point and foot articulation point. So it's just going to be a hinge, no rocker function. Okay, so as for the accessory, where does this fit? So I think it's going to be on the ring hand. Yep. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it's supposed to go on this hand, that way. Okay, so still a very great looking action figure, even if this is already dated, but with regards to quality of the plastic, nothing beats old action figures with regards to quality, because the newer stuff, just a little bit of hair dryer time, or you subject it to a hot water bath, pieces would start to fall off. Okay, but with older action figures, that is really hard plastic, so better quality actually. And with regards to details, the superhero proportions, really superb. Okay, so let's take a look at the other action figure before we build Lobo. Okay, so as for Kid Flash, components for Lobo and the Kid Flash action figure. So as for Kid Flash, we only have one accessory, which is going to be a change of handsets. So actually very simple. Now let's take a look at the action figure. Just for size comparison, of course, Kid Flash action figure. So we expect that the action figure isn't going to be as tall as your basic adult action figure. Okay, as for actual height, here you go. And let's take a look at the details and articulation points. Okay, so let's put this action figure aside and let's take a closer look at Kid Flash. Okay, so since this action figure has been in its plastic prison for quite some time, so this ear is bent, so we need to subject that to heat treatment to straighten that out. But for details of the head unit, nice and clean. Details of the hair, details of the chest symbol. This figure actually is matte yellow, matte red. Okay, so details on the pant leg, boots. Okay, articulation points, so same as the Kyle Rayner figure, but this has more articulation point on the head. So I think it's just going to be this is just a stiff action figure, so needs a little bit of heat treatment. Okay, because this is actually good. Okay, so full rotation of the arm. This is straight out of packaging. So we didn't subject it to heat. Okay, T poses. And actually I'm not scared to articulate the action figure. I'm scared that something is going to break, since the quality is really, really good. Okay, so rotation on the biceps. This time it's going to be just a single articulation point for the elbow, and we have rotation and a hinge. Okay, for the body, front bends, back bends, better compared to the Kyle Rayner action figure. Yeah, this bends just forward, but back bends actually not very present. But this action figure, yep. Okay, rotation on the waist and the leg. This point is going to be on a ball joint. We also have rotation on the thigh and 2 points of articulation or bend for the knee. We don't have any boot bend, but just a hinge for the foot. Okay, now that is for the Kid Flash action figure. oops, I discovered something. So I was just comparing the two action figures. So earlier I said that it's just going to be a hinge, but actually we have an ankle rocker on this action figure. Oh, okay. So the Kyle Rayner figure is just going to be that hinge. Okay, so let's check out the Superman action figure. So these two is just a hinge, and the Batman Beyond figure. So that too is just a hinge. So for the Flash action figure, Kid Flash, so that feature is present. So just a quick recap of all four figures in this wave before we build Lobo. So once again, Superman, Batman Beyond, Green Lantern, and Kid Flash. Okay, so we have all of the components of Lobo. So two head units. So pick whichever unit you're going to use or like. We have the torso piece and the jacket, the necklace, handsets, waist, and the legs. Okay, so let's start. So let's work our way up. So let's start with the legs first. Okay, one, and then two. Really surprised that this is some kind of McFarlane thing going on here. So since we have that diaper piece, as you can see, so that's a diaper piece, and we have the connector joints. Okay. So that's a detail on the legs and the boots. We're going to connect the body. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, let's try again. Go. Oh, it's going to be a very big figure. Okay, so arms. Let's check orientation first. So this is going to be for the left arm. Yep, yeah, left. Okay. Is it engaged? Yeah, it is engaged. Oh, oops, not my bad. Whoa, okay, so this piece looks like it's... Oh no, actually my bad, yeah. I just didn't put it in right. So you've gotta put a lot of pressure. Okay, there you go. Okay, one down. Oh. And let's check for orientation. Okay. Ooh, quite tough. Let's check for how this thing is going to fit in right. Okay, there you go. And let's make sure that that waistline line is nice and secure. Okay. Oh, ball and hinge. Okay. Necklace. And which head unit are we going to use? This or this? Let's go with this since we have an additional detail on board. Okay, so let's try to get it in. Just one take. There you go. Ooh, okay. Nice and secure. Okay. Is it in? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, big boy on board. Wow, Lobo. Okay. So not so bad Lobo action figure actually compared to the McFarlane version, the newer stuff. Okay. So let's check out first how tall this action figure is. Okay, so as for the height of the figure, okay, so that's going to be above the 7-inch mark. And let's bring in the Superman figure to compare, since the Superman figure is the biggest figure of the 4 in this wave. Okay. Oh, since I have the Superman 1000 figure by McFarlane Toys, so let's take that out and let's put this in. So, well, of course, yeah, bigger. So let's stick with the Mattel variant. Okay. Okay, so let's check out articulation points. So since in our assembly it was very visible the articulation points on this action figure. Oops. Oh, so the head wasn't popped in well. Okay, so let's place it back in. Maybe that's the reason why earlier I was taking a look at the action figure and it was riding, the head was riding quite high. Okay. Now that looks better. Okay, orientation. Okay, yeah, love it. Oh, again. So, okay, there you go. So this time it's going to, wow. Why, oh, why? Okay. Okay, so we unlock the articulation point on the waistline. Okay, so rotation, and we have forward bends for the body. Okay, so Lobo. So that's going to be a rotation and a hinge for the head. Of course, full rotation and T-poses for the arms. We have rotation for the biceps, single point of articulation for the elbow. Very clean bend. So same thing here, not bad for an old action figure. So rotation and a hinge. And handsets are going to be accessory holding hands. Okay, since this action figure has a weapon. So for the legs, we have that articulation point and rotation. Oh, okay. So all design, but actually still works. It looks good, actually, yeah. Okay, so single point of articulation for the knee, and that's the details on the knee pad or the knee and shin armor, and details on the boot to kick Superman. Okay, so wow, okay, still additional detail on the boot. So we have that instead of being plain Jane. Okay, Not bad an action figure. So good that I've decided finally to really take out all of the pieces and assemble Lobo. Yes, I forgot that I don't have a Lobo action figure represented in my collection. So it's just high time to take this action figure out and assemble it. Okay, so I need to take care of that later on. So it's going to look that way. But might as well do it now on screen. Okay, so yeah, just one quick simple fix and we're good to go. Okay, so finally we have a Lobo action figure represented in our collection. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so the only accessory piece that's missing is going to be the weapon. Okay, so let's put it on the action figure. Okay, so here it is. So, whoa, really surprise at how lengthy this thing is. Wow, that's a lot of length. If it's going to be a modern action figure, it's going to be shorter than this, possibly just like that. But this really goes a long way. Okay, so this thing is made of hard plastic. Yeah, really nice details on the hook. And on the other end of the chain is going to be a ball. So this too is made of hard plastic. Okay, so I guess this action figure could possibly do this. So yeah. Okay. Now that's really cool. Okay, so you could hold on to the hook in this hand and hold on to the rest of the chain on this hand. Okay, so let's do that. So are we going to chip off paint? I don't think so. There's enough clearance anyway. Okay. And as for the other piece, okay, cool. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, we have enough clearance on that hand. We just need to splay it out a little bit. So open up those fingers a bit so we could squeeze this thing on the hand of the action figure. There we go. Okay, we're making progress. Oops, daisies. Okay, there you go. Ooh, okay. Oh, now. Okay, now that's really cool. Not bad. Okay, so let's do a quick 360-degree turn so we could view at the details of Lobo. This time fully assembled action figure with its accessory. Ooh, okay, so for Christmas Day, not so bad. Okay, so let's put in Superman. And let's put in the rest of the action figure wave. Green Lantern, Kid Flash, and Batman Beyond. Okay. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And guys, we're just 100 subscribers short for 5,000. So if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do. That's the only thing that you could possibly make me happy as a content creator. So once again, if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.